Okay, so I've tried at least 6 times to get this video going, and I don't know if others among you would relate to this experience, but I feel unexpectedly nervous uh, addressing YouTube. I feel really weird talking into my computer like this, much less trying to enter a discussion with YouTube's intellectual powers that be. No, that sounded derisive, didn't it? I'm just rambling now. Um, I guess I want to address the video by Isismelting on the creation of mirrors. Um, I liked it, and agree with several points you made, and have some thoughts that. See, I wrote them because I can't ad lib, save my life. Um, that will either expand on what you've said or completely go off on a wild tangent. So I'm going to more or less read from this. Bear with me. Okay, so you started off by discussing how it was a necessary evolutionary step for man to come to see the world in a subject-object dichotomy, and went on to tell us how many advances in the sciences this had led to. And the next part of your video, I'm kind of talking to myself, trying to figure out what it is you're getting at as well. Um, you called it a ball and chain. Where am I going with this? Okay, so what I really want to address is the blurring of the distinction between nature and technology, which you brought up, I guess, halfway through your video. I'd said something similar to that to Thou Art That once. Um, I thought about the implications of that after I'd said it and realized how it could come off sort of strangely. Um, More or less what I'd said was the distinction that we make between nature and technology is fundamentally arbitrary. And it seems to me that whatever the definition is that people have of nature seems sort of a romantic holdover from something else. Well, I'm just going to read the script. Um, we can say things like nature is defined by the biological narrative because the universe simply developed like that. I don't understand why we should stop there. Our inventiveness happened just like anything else in the cosmos. Tools, technology, computation, machines. Uh, that all seems to me sort of natural. I'm not meaning to get into um, some schools of thought out there which attempt to describe the universe as uh, not only increasing in complexity from all the way back from the Big Bang towards the formation of galaxies and then the planet and First, the compounds that make up organic chemistry developing, and then single-celled organisms, and then life evolving, blah 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 blah. Mankind comes along several million years later, creates machines, later creates computers, and the common thread through all of this is the universe increasing the level of complexity and amount of information that it is able to express and process. Or maybe I am. I don't know. It's sort of teleological. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Or rather, I am comfortable with that, and I know it's sort of taboo to say that. But I guess I'm just trying to point out that technology just developed about as organically as anything else did in the universe. I'm going to quote Alan Watts because I did so trying to defend this argument once before. I don't remember where he said it, but he said, perhaps the chicken is just the egg's way of making more eggs. Not to say I'm attempting to demean our humanity in any way, but perhaps that's all we really are, is just a big chicken. This intervening step between dumb matter and intelligent computing. Why even make that distinction, actually? That's all we are, is animated, intelligent, creative matter. I was going to say something along the lines that, let's see, at one point you said that art is a hallucination made manifest, that the arts and the sciences are mirrors by which we, the subject, attempt to externalize and objectify all this that's going on in order to reflect upon and better understand ourselves. Why isn't that true of us as humans? Why aren't we that object, that mirror by which, I don't know, I've heard it said, and I guess I'm going to have romantic thrown back at me because I said that earlier. Humans are the mechanism through which the universe seeks to understand itself. So maybe I'm saying people are like art or technology. I was going to quote the Beatles at one point. I don't know why. I'm clearly not sticking to the script. I was going to say... Never mind. I'm just going to write this over there. Fucking such a YouTube newbie. Okay. If you can make sense of that, good for you. I had this book I was going to read a passage from. Yeah, sorry. So I guess I'll try again later. I'm just going to post it because I know if I don't do it, I'm just going to keep coming back to this. But I liked your video, so next time.